Hello, Ghost Hunters! Let's talk about the upcoming updates for Phasmophobia. Before we see the next major update, we will be getting a smaller content update. Version 8.1 should be coming to us sometime near the first part of February. This smaller content update will mostly focus on game modes, specifically harder game modes. As you may remember with the Tempest update, we received a huge nerf to custom difficulties. After much pushback from the community, this was changed to top off at a 15 multiplier, regardless of how hard you made your game. With the changes to the custom difficulty, the maximum will be a 15 multiplier, but this means all other settings will be adjusted so that the hardest that you can get is 15. This means that if you've got a favorite setup that currently nets you just over 15, after this update drops, you will be getting a lower multiplier. So if you are using a 15 multiplier now to farm levels and money, you have a limited time to get as far as you can with that setup. In addition to these changes, we will also be getting a difficulty that is harder than Nightmare, Insanity. This difficulty will top off at a 6 multiplier and only offer players 1 evidence. This of course will make the game much harder and require players to be more observant of ghosts' unique traits. Not mentioned yet, but I suspect is probably true, ghosts with evidences that may identify them, like the Obake's 6-finger handprint or the Goryo's special dots evidence, may be guaranteed evidences for those ghost types. As it is now, if you get these ghosts in Nightmare, you are guaranteed to get these evidences, and thus it may be true for Insanity mode as well. And if you are not a fan of modes that provide less evidence, then maybe Challenge mode is for you. This new game mode will rotate from one week to the next with a different game mode for players. What makes Challenge mode seem so interesting to me is that it is literally open for all players. If you are new to the game and short on cash, this may be the ideal game mode for you. All equipment is provided in the game mode and you will lose nothing if you die. This will give newer players a chance to try out equipment that they may not want to buy with their limited funds. It also encourages players to try the game out in a different way than they may be used to. I suspect this may be a very popular option among players. Even for me, with more than 5k levels and 400,000 in money, this new game mode is very appealing. No risk, lots of challenges, possible high rewards, is definitely a very enticing way to play. As an example, devs provided this image of one of the simpler challenge modes. It is worth noting that while this image states Tanglewood as the location, these game modes can be played in any location. However, players will only get the money rewards when completing them in the specific location. Also not mentioned is if the multiplier will change depending on the difficulty of the challenge. It seems to me that as players will not be sacrificing any equipment, it may always be a 1 multiplier difficulty. Either way, this provides a unique way for players to experience the game. The only other challenge modes mentioned was a hide-and-seek type gameplay, which sounds very risky, considering hide-and-seek on the Ouija board is most certain death, and an audio-only contract that focuses on using the paranormal microphone and the sound sensors. Another major change coming with 8.1 will be to the shop. I have heard feedback from many of you that the current shop is very confusing. You are not alone. Even for me, this current system is very confusing. I spend a lot of time adding my equipment, realizing I've forgotten something, removing all, adding said equipment to the list, then adding again, and then rinse and repeat that same process. I'm certain I'm not alone in this. The new system will now function like an online shopping cart where you can add items to your list with the plus icons. From the shop storage page, you'll be able to buy, sell, add, or remove, and once you're done, you can clear your list with this trash icon. In addition to this, there is now an icon on each item that will show how many of these items have been committed to the lobby and will appear in the truck once you've loaded in. For me personally, the first part seems just as confusing as our current system, but admittedly, I do really like the new truck icon to show players how many are already added to the van. For the loadout screen, there will be an additional auto add button, which will add your selected loadout to the lobby as soon as you join one. This could be ideal for making sure you bring all the equipment you like to use on a hunt without requiring you to check what is already in the lobby. Keep in mind that if you die or do not have enough items, you will have to repurchase the items for this to work properly. Also, an all-equipment loadout will be unlocked as a third loadout for all players, for those of you who like to have everything. In addition to these changes, developers hinted at these new runes, which will be in the warehouse lobby. What could these runes mean? If you have thoughts on what this means, let me know in the comments. I noticed that they appear to be UV related, which makes me think that we'll be able to make use of these UV lights in the lobby soon. Also, they remind me of these runes found in the chapel on Sunny Meadows. It appears from the screenshot that there is more than one of these symbols, and I'd guess that there are others not pictured. Do these symbols spell something out? Are they hinting at something to come with version 9 of the game? My quick search of runes and what this could possibly mean turned up with the number 9 and possible protection. The next major update will be version 9. So maybe it also has something to do with a new item? Only time will tell, but I'd love to hear your theories, so make sure you let me know what you think they mean. And finally, the major update, version 9. This is coming soon, but you've got at least a month before it arrives. It won't come till after 8.1, which should arrive in the next couple of weeks. This update is probably dreaded by some players and probably exciting for others. So let's focus first on the part people probably won't love, the wipe. All players will return to level 1 and 0 money. Now for the next part that most players are surely looking forward to, a new way to level up. Everyone starts at the same point, and as you play, you will level and gain money with everyone else. The higher your level, the more experience you'll need to gain your next level. And for those of you worried about your current level being lost forever, your level pre-wipe will be saved and at some point in the future will become a badge so that you can show off how far you got before the wipe. Apparently, these badges will look different based on how high your level was before the wipe occurred. No sneak peek on what these will look like, and from the sounds of it, they won't be available when this major update is released, but it may be something to work toward in the meantime. What are you most looking forward to in the coming updates? Are you excited for challenge mode? What challenges would you love to see? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, happy hunting!